start? Start? Okay. Hello. Yes. A very good evening, everyone. The end of the story is the new beginning of many others. On this note, we have come to the end of a remarkable and knowledgeable 5 days international conference on bioprocess for sustainable environment and energy, ICBSEE India 2022. On behalf of the organizing committee of ICBSEE India 2022 and the Department of Biotechnology and Medical Engineering, I sincerely thank the dignitaries and researchers for enlightening us with the broad scope and perspectives for establishing a cleaner and greener environment. I, Suha Ibrahim, cordially welcome you all for the valedictory function. I take this opportunity to invite the dignitaries to occupy their respectful position, the dais, to begin the valedictory session. Thank you. I now kindly request Sangeeta to welcome our guest of honor with the bouquet. Thank you. I now request Momita to sing NIT Rourkela anthem.
You know our skills and techniques, adorning the heart of Kalinga. On the head of the still city, you dazzle ever like a diamond. You the great institute in the sacred seat of Vyasa, where life vibrates with the rhythm of Om. There the sacred stream of the river Brahmani wets you with the flow of wisdom. You the great institute, you glow with the luster of science. You dazzle with the brilliance of technology. You inspire the pursuit of knowledge, meeting the celestial light of wisdom. You the great institute, you may be that great and matchless, one in blooming the superb ingenious. You be the leading one, you be the leading one development. Be unique in bringing peace and unity. Be honest, mighty, and committed in thy task. You the great institute, you the great institute, you the great institute. Thank you.
Thank you. I now request Professor Kasturi Datta, Madam, the Organizing Secretary of ICBSEE India 2022, to give a welcome note for valedictory session.
Everything which starts always ends. This is the rule of nature, and we are also not different. So, our third ICBSEE 2022 reached to its end naturally. Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to the valedictory session of ICBSEE 2022, conducted by Department of Biotechnology and Medical Engineering, NIT Rourkela. I like to welcome all the dignitaries on dais, Professor Rohan Dhiman, Register NIT Rourkela, Professor Kakuli Karar Paul, Associate Dean, Faculty Welfare, Professor Kunal Pal, Head of the Department, Biotechnology and Medical Engineering, and also the chairperson of this ICBSEE and joint convener of ICBSEE 2022, Professor Angana Sarkar. This time, it was a 5-day-long international conference in hybrid mode. In this, we had 8 international keynote speakers from all over the world. Professor Ji Donggu, Israel Institute of Technology, China. Professor Abdul Wahab Muhammad, Research Center for Sustainable Process Technology, Malaysia. Professor Piet Lens from IHE Delft, Netherlands. Professor Ulla Lassi from University of Oulu, Finland. Professor Proshun Bhattacharya from KTH, Royal Institute of Technology, Stockholm, Sweden. Professor Noon El-Gendi, Egyptian Petroleum Research Institute, Egypt. Professor Yanglong Zhang, College of Environment and Ecology, Xiamen University, China. Professor Eldon R. Rennie from IHE Delft Institute of Water Education, Netherlands. And also we had 9 keynote speakers from different eminent universities and institutes of India, including industrial personnel. Professor Ashok Pandey from CSIR IITR Lucknow, Dr. Prabhakar Sangurmat, ex-director, Hatti Gold Mine, Karnataka, Professor Ramkrishna Sen, Department of Biotechnology, IIT Kharagpur, Professor Kanan Prakshirajan, Department of Biosciences and Bioengineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, Professor Rintu Banerjee, Agriculture and Food Engineering Department, Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, Professor Sanjay Ghosh, Department of Biosciences and Biotechnology, Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee, Professor Purnashlok Vaduri, ISR, Kolkata, Dr. Thalada Bhaskar, CSIR, Indian Institute of Petroleum, Dr. Nabin Kumar Dhal, CSIR, Institute of Minerals and Materials Technology, Bhubaneswar. I thank all esteemed keynote speakers who took time from their busy schedules and gave us a very informative lectures. Lectures by them will inspire the young minds sitting both in online and offline mode. Apart from keynote speakers, we also had invited speakers, participants from countries like USA, China, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Oman, Egypt, Syria. Their work and approach towards science and technology are highly appreciable. I share my sincere gratitude to all the speakers and participants who made this conference a success. It is very appreciable to see that many of the scientists all over the world and their students were inclined toward biofuel production since it is the utmost need of the society. Also, there were works which focus on biochar, biogas, wastewater treatment, phytoremediation, and heavy metals removal. This time, we included a new thematic area, omics for environment and product development. We received a good response and interesting talk in this area also. All such works will help our future generation to live under a clean sky, green and healthy earth. This transforms our conference into a true bioprocess that incorporates every system with potential to support the world to make our future environment pollution free and mitigate our globally growing energy demand. Now I like to gladly inform that our guest edited special issue in Applied Biochemistry and Biotechnology Journal will be open for manuscript submission from July 1st, 2022. We will email you the details of submission procedure. The details for special issues in other journals will be communicated shortly. We will always be grateful to all our valuable participants who considered this ICBSEE conference a place to share their knowledge. I hope all have enjoyed the gathering and gained campus of NIT Rourkela. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. I now request Professor Rohandi Mansir, the Registrar of NIT Rourkela, to speak a few encouraging words to our audience.
Professor Kakuli Madam, Associate Dean, Faculty Welfare, Professor Kunal Paul, Chairman, ICBSEE, and Head Biomedical Engineering and Biotechnology Department, conveners of this conference, Madam Angana Sarkar and Kasuri Datta Madam, my dear faculty colleagues, all the participants, students, ladies and gentlemen, I feel privileged, and on the behalf of this institute, I congratulate the Department of Biotechnology and Biomedical Engineering for hosting this conference. As far as I remember, I think so this is the third international conference in the series. The first, if I am correct, it was conducted in 2018. The second was in 2020, and the third one is which is being held this time. And as far as the theme of this conference is concerned, and which is very much aptly applied based on the current scenario where a lot of stresses are being imposed on our environment. And this conference deals with all the bioprocesses for sustainable environment and energy, and where the main focus was the bioprocess from research to the field, and that field maybe with respect to the industrial applications. And with respect to my expertise in life science, I also wanted to attend few of the lectures, but I was away on vacation for 1 week, so I was not here. But day before yesterday when I came, and based on when madam invited me, and when I saw the list of speakers, which was really appreciable in the sense that a lot of international speakers, they took time to address this conference, and it would have been better had it been more into a physical mode. And I know they were mostly in a virtual mode, because when we sent the information to Ministry of Home Affairs that this is an international conference, so we got a couple of queries from ministry the Ministry of Education and also from our local police station that how many international speakers they are coming. That is just part and parcel of any of the international conference. So that time I was very well aware that mostly they will be not physically attending this conference. But I think so in a span of last 1 month or so, this is the second conference that I have attended. First was I think so workshop from this department, and now this is the conference that is being conducted. And in a span of 1 month and so we can see like how progressive and how productive is this department with respect to all these conference and workshop that they are conducted. And hope in future also department will continue to grow and it will be as productive as ever. And it will also disseminate the research findings or the scientific findings to the society. And I hope this department will progress like that. And on behalf of the institute and as a part of institute administration, I congratulate once again the whole of the department for hosting this conference and having me out here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now request Professor Kakuli Kararpal, Madam, Associate Dean, Faculty Welfare, NIT Rourkela, to speak a few encouraging words to our audience.
Good evening, Professor Rohan sir, Registrar at NIT Rourkela, Professor Kunal Pal, HOD, Biotechnology and Biomedical Engineering, Professor Angana Sarkar and Professor Kasturi Datta Madam, Organizing Secretary for this conference ICBSEE India 2022. Good evening all on the dais and off the dais who are present in this conference for this valedictory function. The main theme of the conference is Bioprocess from Research to Real Life. It's a very interesting and very practical topic, research-oriented topic. Already Professor Rohan Dhiman sir informed basic points about this conference, so I'm not repeating all these things. He has given a very encouraging, very interesting views about this conference. I thank to this organizing committee of this conference. I'm quite fortunate to have with you. This is the platform where scientific ideas and technical suggestions can be shared among scientific communities around the world, and this happened in this conference. We can see we attended, and some I missed to attend the various lectures, very interesting lectures given by various researchers present all over the world. It's quite interesting. We gain wide spectrum of research fields where we can do research, where our young researchers can motivate themselves to do studies. This is, as I told, this is the third series of this conference. This time it organized during 20 to 24th June 2022. Earlier it was first time organized in 2018 and second in 2020. It gives the combined arena of academia industry towards establishing sustainable environment through bioprocess technologies. This type of conference enlighten young generation and motivate to do research for pollution-free sustainable environment. At the same time, senior professors and researchers also gain knowledge in wide spectrum of research fields. Bioprocess field has gained quite thrust area, focused area because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The ICBSEE India 2022 hopefully inspires the researchers in bioprocess technologies. It is an achievement for our institute. It is an achievement for the department, the faculty members, the students, the researchers, everyone. I congratulate the department for hosting such an interesting and very actively participating conference. So this type will continue in future also. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. I cordially invite Professor Kunal Pal Sir, the head of Biotechnology and Medical Engineering Department and the chairman of this conference, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Suha. Very good afternoon to one and all present here. I welcome our Associate Dean of Faculty Welfare, Madam, Professor Kakuli Karar Paul, and Registrar Sir, Professor Rohan Dhiman. I thank them both for taking time out of their busy schedule to be present in the valedictory session of the 3rd International Conference on Bioprocess for Sustainable Environment and Energy, ICBSEE 2022. Like every event comes to an end, today we have come to the end of the conference ICBSEE 2022. This event started its journey on June 20th, 2022. It is a privilege to be asked to conclude the deliberations of the conference. The conference would not have been a success without the constant efforts of the many colleagues, scholars and students who were constantly involved right from the start. I want to thank my younger and dynamic colleagues, Professor Kasturi Datta and Professor Angana Sarkar, for conducting this very well-conceived conference on a theme that is of obvious interest to well-being of humanity. Over the last 5 days, we have had deep insights into several issues of sustainable environment and energy. The conference deliberated on various topics including environment, energy, bioprocess, omics, etc. In the past days, we had speakers from both the industries and academia who have shared their expert views and discussed these issues in depth. Many speakers were international experts from Malaysia, Sweden, Hong Kong, Finland, the Netherlands, etc. In addition to these international speakers, several renowned experts from our motherland India have also deliberated on this occasion. I believe the conference has provided an excellent platform for all the participants to interact with distinguished personalities from across the globe. I am sure this conference has triggered lively discussion and motivated the young minds toward developing technological innovations on the aforesaid issues faced by the mankind. I trust all the participants are going home with a plethora of knowledge which will help them in their future activities. I believe the Department of Biotechnology and Medical Engineering will continue to provide similar platforms in the future to benefit students and scholars who are curious about the growth in this field. Lastly, I want to thank and acknowledge the efforts of the support team members who have worked hard for the smooth functioning of the conference. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. We will now move to the award distribution ceremony. I request my colleague Dipapriya to declare the winners under different categories.
I shall now invite Professor Rohan Dhiman, Registrar NIT Rourkela, to give away our first award category, which is Young Scientist Award. And it goes to Dr. Anshu Priya. Okay, she was an online presenter. The next award, sir, there are 3 more. Professor Pradeep Verma, he was also an online presenter. Professor Chandra Shekhar Gahen, online presenter, and Dr. Ranjit Das. Offline. Okay. I shall now invite Professor Kakuli Karar Paul, Associate Dean, Faculty and Welfare, to hand over the Women Scientist Award to Professor Kakuli Banerjee. The next award is Industry Oriented Research by to Mr. Abhilash Ghana, not present, and Innovative Research to Professor P. Ravanan. He was also an online presenter. Thank you, ma'am. I shall now invite Professor Kunal Pal, HOD of BM Department and also the chairperson of ICBSEE 2022 for the Best Poster Award category. It goes to Juhi Sharma, online presenter, Soumyadip Bhaduri, online presenter, Ankit Kumar, Pallavi Dandekar, and Ambika. Thank you, sir. I shall now invite Professor Angana Sarkar, Organizing Secretary of ICBSEE 2022, to give the Best Poster Award to Mamta Bhaduri, Maitri Late, Subrat Kumar Deheri, Ashutosh Kabiraj, and Dikshita Shetri. Thank you, ma'am. May I now invite Professor Kasturi Datta, Organizing Secretary of ICBSEE 2022, to give away the Best Poster Award to Gyanchu Shering Bhutia, online presenter, Yachna Kumari, Pragyan Das, Nivedita Asai Thambi, and Satish Chandra Bhuya. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all and congratulations to winners. I now invite, thank you everyone. I now invite Professor Angana Sarkar, Madam, to felicitate our guest of honor, Professor Rohan Dhiman, Sir, Registrar of NIT Rourkela. Thank you. I now request Professor Kasturi Datta Madan to felicitate our guest of honor, Professor Kakuli Karar Pal, Madam, Associate Dean, Faculty Welfare, NIT Rourkela. Thank you. I now request Professor Angana Sarkar, Madam, to present the vote of thanks and to declare the event to be closed.
A very good afternoon to all the esteemed dignitaries on and off the dais. Thank you is such a prayer that can't be seen or touched. It must be felt by heart. I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks in this special occasion on the behalf of the organizing committee of 3rd International Conference on Bioprocess for Sustainable Environment and Energy. I take privilege to share my gratitude to all the keynote speakers whose lectures were exceptionally inspirational and motivational to all the young minds. We were obliged to have such esteemed keynote speakers. I would like to convey my thanks to all the invited speakers for sharing their research works for future collaboration. I am thankful to all our energetic research participants, online and offline mode, national and international, to make this event lively. I am also very much thankful to all the national and international advisory committee members, steering committee members, and all organizing committee members. Words are not enough to thank their constant guidance and support to shape this conference. I want to convey my sincere gratitude and special thanks to our chief guest, Mr. P.K. Satpathy, Executive Director, Personnel and Administration, RSP Cell, who gave his vital time from his busy schedule to inaugurate this conference, ICBSEE 2022. I want to thank Honorable Director Sir of NIT Rourkela and patron of this conference, Professor K. Uma Maheshwar Rao, for all his support and encouragement. I also thank from my core of heart Professor Santanu Parias, Dean Sikh, and Professor Rohan Dhiman, Registrar of NIT Rourkela, to carry out all the administrative work smoothly and on time. I would also like to thank all the deans and associate deans, deputy registrar, assistant registrars, and all other administrative personnel for their support to conduct this event successfully. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to my joint convener, Professor Kasturi Datta, for organizing this third series of event. I would like to thank all our journal editors-in-chief, Professor G. Dongu, Professor Jonathan Snatch, Professor Jegas Thishan, Professor Ionis Europoulos, for providing their constant and support and consent to arrange special issue in their reputed journals. I wholeheartedly thank to all our sponsors, IGN, NIT Rourkela Diamond Jubilee, Grant, SB Scientific, Scion International, Azure, for their financial support. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling months in advance. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated students, committee, and volunteers. I can't thank everyone enough for the involvement they have shown and the willingness they have expressed to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. I would like to provide my special thanks to the Genesis Club members of our department, Biotechnology and Medical Engineering, for designing our beautiful website and banners. Finally, I would like to thank all our social media platforms to organize this conference in both online and offline mode successfully. Again, I thank you all for being with us from last 5 days and making this event very much successful. Hope we will again meet under the same umbrella in next series of our conference of ICBSEE and in a COVID-free world. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. I hope all of you had a wonderful experience over the past 5 days. So we end our event here. We hope to see you again next year at NIT Rourkela. We have organized a cultural event which will begin at 6 p.m. and it will be conducted at BBA. Please do join us for the same. And thank you, everyone. Thank you.